about to start the stream. No, we're not.
Are we ever sure?
I don't know. And we're live right now, right?
Yep, we are live.
Holy shit. This is something I haven't done yet, so...
Checking to see if I'm actually able to see our own or not, or...
Oh, we should be able to. Either that or hand me my phone. That's underneath your computer over there.
Oh.
Hey, guys. This is Crash, by the way.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah.
We're just...
Testing to make sure this is all working great for y'all.
We're just kicking back and being random, because that's what we do.
Yep, we're live.
Nice.
And we have one person watching. Wow.
It's probably
Hello?
ourselves.
Yeah.
Hello out there.
Yeah, probably, but I don't know. It is 1:28 in the morning, so I don't know if people will actually be
1:28 in the
this,
morning,
but...
Mountain Standard Time. So wherever you're at in the world, we haven't quite figured out an effective solution as far as keeping the chat going.
Let me see. Mid.
We're just checking to see if we can see what's going on.
Unfortunately, I didn't bring my laptop with me. If I would have brought it with me, we could have easily have done this, but...
Let's see. And somebody's probably already thought of this whole thing.
Yeah, well, oh well. We're not exactly that special, so...
And
as far as, yeah, well, I need to turn that down.
does it show?
Let's see, chat. It does show the live chat, so...
Okay.
If anyone does show up, I should be able to see you. So, hopefully I'll be able to see you a lot quicker.
And it looks like the frame's showing up the way it's supposed to.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Well.
So, we just got done doing a bunch of game testing tonight. I actually did a bunch of video card testing tonight because, well...
Yeah, you got my card over there. You got the RX 480.
Remember this thing? This thing used to be in my A10 build, but now it's part of his build.
Yeah.
Now it sits in a
works pretty well for me.
Really nice case with a i7 870. Yep, that works really, really well.
Now this is the other one that we tested. It's kind of a little bit surprised, so y'all get to see this before we actually post the video. This is a R9 280X.
It's got its eye on you.
Yes, it does. It's basically a card that I bought it mainly for a Hackintosh. It's the only reason why I bought it. But it's actually something one of my buddies,
But why did you buy the R9 290 or 280?
Because
I keep wanting to call it a 290. I don't know why.
It's because of the R9. That's why. It's just mainly because of that.
You know why? It's because this thing wouldn't work.
Yeah.
That's why.
Unfortunately, it's just, with Apple, they don't have any of the drivers set up yet for that. And, sorry, not drivers. They're Kex or their kernel's not set up for it. I mean, I really don't know. I'm not that big of an Apple person. But
by the way, we're not standing. We're both sitting down. It's just he's in a lower seat.
Yes.
He's in the he's in the bouncy chair.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
But yeah, we just got done. Oh man, we spent so much time benchmarking those cards, and the results are really, really good. So I think you guys will be rather surprised.
Yes, I'm pretty sure y'all will be surprised, because even me, I was a little bit surprised.
The RX 480 actually turned out to be more surprising than we thought. Not going to say why here, but you'll have to watch the video when it comes up.
Yeah.
So, no spoilers. No spoilers for you.
Well, it'll be here shortly. I know
yes.
You'll have it. You'll have it video rendered before you
I
go.
will try to have it done by the end of the weekend, if at all possible.
Yeah. Unfortunately, with us, we work during the week, so
assuming real life doesn't get in the way.
Yeah,
which it most often does.
Ain't that the truth, man? Well, I mean, so far nobody's here, so we're kind of talking amongst ourselves. So, yeah.
So what else is going on? Well, let's see. It is now the 8th?
Yep, 8th of
3 days. 3 days. Ryzen 5 launches.
Nice.
3 days.
I haven't really been. I mean, unfortunately with Ryzen, I really haven't been keeping up with it too much since the 7s came out.
The 7s are good.
Yeah.
They're a really good powerhouse for an all-around experience. The thing that's going to be interesting is when R5 drops.
Yeah.
Because from what I've been watching online with a lot of other YouTubers, is that the R5 1600, which is like 220, 230,
yeah,
is going to be the really competitive choice. Because you can take that for 230. You can if you're not planning on doing SLI Crossfire, you can get B350 motherboard, which supports a single card, or it'll do Crossfire. And the motherboard's $100.
Wow.
So you're at 230 for the chip, plus 100, so you get 330, plus another 120-ish for the RAM. So you're looking at you're less than $500 for the platform. That's motherboard, CPU, and RAM.
That's truthfully all I would need in order for me to upgrade, man. That would be all I would really need.
And the CPU comes with the Rayspire cooler.
Nah, sorry. I'd probably use the one that you gave me. That one, the V8.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that one I'd probably use just because of how beefy it is, and also it's got the red architecture. So.
If you haven't seen the previous videos, I did do an unboxing of the Cooler Master V8 GTS air cooler. I decided not to use it in my build just because I'm just, call me a nervous Nelly, but if I ever decide to move my computer from one place to another, I'm just afraid of the torsional stress of the cooler in case something happens, heaven forbid, that it lands harder than what you expect, and that force of that air cooler stresses against the motherboard.
Nah, I don't think they would. I mean, most of those air coolers, I mean, even that one, it's not really that heavy, man. I mean, it's definitely, trust me, it's beefy. It's not small, but it's not big enough that I'm really that worried about it. So,
and I've seen some cases that have the V8 GTS in it, and it does look really, really good.
Yeah.
And especially if you're doing a red build, then yeah, it's pretty awesome.
And if I'm going with AMD, of course I'm going to do a red build. I mean,
of course.
There's no sense of not to. I mean, to me, blue is more like if you're going Intel.
Right.
If you're going AMD, it's more red. And then if you go...
But it's traditional. That's the thing.
Yeah.
But why be traditional? I mean, shoot, this 2017 is going to be the year of RGB. It's where you're going to have a Christmas tree on every single desktop, pretty much.
Except for me, I ain't doing that shit.
Because you have RGB on your video card, you have RGB on your coolers, you have RGB on your motherboards, you have it on your RAM, you have it in your case. It's like, I'm just waiting for RGB hard drives now.
That would just be outside.
It would be the ultimate in excess. It's like,
nah, dude, if you want to see RGB like crazy, Linus, he put out a video with an RGB lit
RGB chair. Oh man, if you guys have not seen the RGB chair that no one asked for, yeah, go check out Linus Tech Tips. He did a really amazing job with it.
It was pretty fucking hilarious, I had to say. You know, it was just well enough that it's so ridiculous. Nobody wants it, yet he did it.
Now, speaking of things that people do want, Paul's Hardware just did their 500,000 subscriber mark.
Mm-hmm.
So they're giving away his RGB build, which was in the Enthoo Evolve ATX case.
Mm-hmm.
Looks freaking amazing.
Oh.
Because it's got the NZXT Kraken cooler, it's got the G-Skill RGB RAM in it, it's just RGB.
That's probably why he said RGB build, because it's all RGB, but...
Now granted, you don't need RGB in everything.
I don't know why anyone would want RGB like that, man. That's just,
to
me, that's a little bit ridiculous.
For me, I don't think I'd ever want... If I had full RGB, I don't think I'd want it running in rainbow mode all the time, just because it's a little chaotic. I mean, you find yourself a couple of good complementary colors and you have it switch back and forth, and call it good.
Shit, with my mouse I have at home, my Razer mouse. Sorry,
your Ryzen mouse?
Yeah, my Ryzen mouse, Razer mouse.
He has a Ryzen mouse. AMD, what have you been keeping back from us?
Well, no, it's a Razer mouse. It's the one that's RGB lit.
Mm-hmm.
That thing I can do the rainbow mode as well,
I've seen
and
those.
it's insane. That's the only thing I really care for, like anything RGB. Maybe the keyboard and the mouse, but that's it. I mean, really, with your computer, you don't have to do RGB there.
Speaking of keyboards, the one I'm definitely keeping my eye on
What?
is the Cooler Master Keys keyboards,
Mm-hmm.
which unfortunately they don't have any here in our area where you can just walk in and demo them. But from what I've seen online, they actually work really, really well. But you got to pay a premium for that too. I mean, you're talking 100 plus.
Of course, yeah, man. I mean, shit, anything like that, you're going to pay a premium.
When you have your MX switches and your cherries and your blues and your browns and
You got it, man. Anything like that, you're going to pay a premium because
I think Willy Wonka got hired by Cooler Master. That's why everything is so wildly RGB, because Willy Wonka works in the back and he handles all the color coordination.
You got it, man. That's probably what it is. I don't know. It's just I think a lot of people want the multicolors and everything. They don't want to be limited to just one color.
Nope.
I prefer just one color to where I can try to keep my case and everything kind of the same.
Yep.
Even with my RGB mouse, my Razer mouse, I was playing Diablo 3 last night. Or sorry, it wasn't last night, it was actually the night before. My mouse changes from green, which is what I have it set to red.
Oh, nice.
When that game boots, it automatically changes itself over to red. I was looking at that like, what the hell is this? When I first saw it, it blew my mind. I could not believe it actually swapped itself over to those colors.
That's crazy. So let's see what else is going on. Other than the fact that Destiny 2 is coming.
Yeah, kind of a whoopie-doo. Who the fuck cares? But
Horizon Zero Dawn is out for the PS4. Obviously getting some pretty good reactions from it.
It's not even been in stock anywhere. I haven't been able to find it.
It's pretty popular. I've talked to one or two people that have played it locally.
Yeah.
And they like it.
Well, I mean, even with me, I've been looking for it. I mean, that's one thing that I've been looking for, and I cannot find nowhere. I'm wanting to pick it up, but I don't want to, buy it off of Amazon. I'd rather pick it up in locally and then just get it.
Right.
But no, man, besides that, have you noticed the lack of the Nintendo Switch out there?
Yes. The Nintendo Switch has been, when you look for it, all you see are tumbleweeds.
Yeah.
Just tumbleweeds all over.
I mean, because they don't have nothing out. It's like, heck, I went to Walmart's. Oh, well, all the different Walmarts in town, nothing. All the different Targets, nothing. Best Buy, nothing. GameStop's, nothing.
And you wonder, Nintendo, where are you guys?
Exactly. I mean, I'm sorry, but, with this one, Nintendo, they could have definitely nailed it out of the park. But like I've said, with the NES Classic, the guy that does the marketing, you need to be fired. I'm sorry. They do. Because that son of a bitch, if they would just have made like a few million more, it would have sold out probably.
I don't know about in the metro areas, but around here, up in the upper part of the U.S., where we have like, people think we still don't have electricity.
Yeah.
We still can't get the NES
water.
Classic.
Yeah, we can't. I mean, I've been looking for it, and I've actually been thinking about picking up one, but it's still a ridiculous price online.
And the sad thing is that the things that we like all the game stuff and all the computer parts stuff, this part of the country just isn't really demographically sound for it. There's not enough of a demand, because I would love to have a Micro Center or a Fry's here.
Yeah.
To where you could just go in and pick your parts, put them in the cart, take them home, and build.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
That would be awesome, but I mean, heck, dude, Fry's would be nice, or even any electronic store, anything.
I've been to Fry's and I've been to Micro Center, and they're both really awesome. In fact, I watched
Fry's is the one I went to all the time.
Even some of the Best Buy locations in bigger cities have parts.
This one, all they have is just, you have a 3D, you have your 3D cards, you have your RAM, you have your hard drives. That's it.
And an occasional power supply. That's really about all.
Yeah.
And most of the high end graphics cards that they have are only Founders Editions. That's it. It's like good luck getting an EVGA card or
No.
well, actually,
most of the time they do have an EVGA card.
You can get the RX 480s and the 470s. So I take that back a little bit. But as far as NVIDIA stuff goes, it's really it's hit and miss.
Yeah.
It is hit and miss. But it would be nice to have a place here that specializes in that kind of thing. But we'll probably never get it.
Yeah, well, probably not, man. It's just the area. It's too barren. I mean, not that many people are really that interested in it. Mm-mm. It's even with arcade machines, man. If you go in other parts of the country, they're nowhere near the price as what they are here.
No, they're not.
I mean, heck, dude, my Tekken 2, which is like a $400 game, I spent $550 for. And my Track and Field, that's like, well, that one I actually got on a little bit of a steal, man.
Track and Field.
Well, that one I actually...
Anybody who was around in the early 80s knows Track and Field.
Oh, yeah.
Back when Konami was cool. Hashtag Konami was cool.
Yeah, well, I have an actual Track and Field, an original. I spent about $300 on, and luckily that one I got a steal for. But I mean, arcade machines up here, like I know guys that have pinball machines. They want at least $1,000 or more for them, and yet I can go.
And they're in horrible shape too.
Yeah, a lot of times they are. I mean, like heck, my buddy, he had a black hole. Okay, it needed some work. I tried talking him down. The lowest he would go is $1,000 for that machine. And it was broke down, busted, and it needed a lot of work. I can work on them, and I can fix them. It's just $1,000. Throw me a fucking bone here.
I know.
I mean, really, it's like I can go elsewhere and find
okay.
it.
Is it
probably
fully
for less.
working? Did you just recondition it? No. Okay. Goodbye.
Exactly, and that's basically what I told him. But I mean, it's just. I mean, even with the arcade machines, they're hard to find here. I mean, everything's a lot more barren where we live, man. That's the worst part. I mean, if I went down to the Dallas-Fort Worth area where I used to live, I could find all kinds of shit there. I could find games. They have flea markets. They have, garage sales. They have everything. And you can find a lot of that stuff more popular out there.
Well, same thing when I used to live in Southern California. When I was out there for a year, they had flea markets, swap meets. They had electronic stores. They had everything you could want out there. Except it was ungodly expensive.
Well, down there in Dallas-Fort Worth, they have flea markets, kind of like swap meets.
Flea markets would be amazing.
And those, you can go out there, you can actually try to talk them down a little bit. And a lot of times, you'll get it for the price you want. Unless you're talking with a reseller or something, and you're not going to get it for a good price.
Yep.
Yeah, so what else is new? Like, what else has came out? What else has happened?
Well, I've been doing some more gaming with the build, and
so what else has been going on with it, man?
It's running all right. I mean, I dropped the overclock down a little bit.
Okay.
Saw no noticeable difference in the performance at all. I mean, I bet even in stock it runs just as well as when we did the testing on it. So it's like
probably.
It's like okay, whatever. But even in stock, I think if you have an air cooler, it better be a really good air cooler. Otherwise, just put on liquid because these things run warm. And I know people are going to comment, delid that CPU, delid the CPU. Yes, people do that. People can have really good success with it. Here's the thing. I myself am not comfortable doing it because, one, I don't want to avoid the warranty, and two, I'm afraid I'm going to brick my CPU. That's just my opinion. That's just my stance. It's not going to change no matter how many people comment otherwise.
And sorry, guys, I'm not going to do it either because, truthfully, I don't want to be responsible for a $350 processor. That's why I said no.
Yep. So if it comes to be just too much of a pain in the butt, then I figure I've got options.
Yeah.
I can always take the CPU out and put in a Skylake. I can always do that because the difference is minor.
It's just the cost is the only thing that sucks, man.
Or the other option is just to totally switch platforms altogether.
Well, I would say probably a processor swap would be a little bit easier. Because then you get to keep your 270, you keep everything the same. You're just changing from one platform of the processor to another.
Yeah.
I mean, they still run on the 270. There's no difference to it. So, right. I mean, if you needed to, you could easily do that. but it's still going to cost you for the processor.
Right.
Now,
So-
like let's say you go with Ryzen, you got to buy a whole new motherboard. You also got to buy the processor.
Well, here's the thing, is that, like I said, R5 1600 is $220. B350 motherboard is $100. That right there, you're equaling the cost of just the Skylake CPU.
Skylake CPU is like 330,
320,
isn't it? Okay, 320.
So there, you could swap out your entire platform for the same cost as just the CPU for that.
Yeah, but considering you spent almost $200 on your
I know.
motherboard, man.
I know.
You spent $200 on your motherboard and $350 on your
About
processor.
$340, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, come on. It would be, I would say just,
Right.
if you had to, just stick with the Intel. I mean, really, I would. But
But-
I'd definitely be pissed because, I mean, come on. You spend that much money on a fucking CPU. You expect that son of a bitch to run.
And there's been a big controversy about that because so many people are reporting the exact same things.
Yeah, they're running hot. I don't
And
understand.
there's no
What the fuck's
reason
wrong
for
with
it. It's only 15% faster than Skylake.
How? Yeah, but the thing that blows my mind is how is it that much hotter?
That's
It's 15% faster, yes.
I think what it is the thermal stuff that they put inside the CPU chip.
Well, they need to do a damn recall, really. I mean, they need to recall them, and if they need to, take them back and redo them and send them back.
I mean, it would be nice if Intel would step forward and say, okay, we're going to try this, send in your CPU and we will RMA it
Yeah.
for something that, will probably work better. That would be a good thing. But will they? They probably won't, because here's the thing. I've been watching the prices on the processors on Amazon and Newegg.
Yeah.
The prices are not changing. In some cases, they're probably going up.
Well, it's because they're not scared of Ryzen. Ryzen, they're not worried about.
Because
It's brand new. It's brand new competition. Of
Because
course, they're
here's
not
the
going to be
thing.
worried about it.
I think the reason why Intel is staying put where they're at is because they know they're fastest hands down in single core performance.
Yeah.
For gaming, which is what a lot of consumers use, that's what they want. They want fastest out of the box. They don't care about anything else. All they want is a gaming machine. So that I think is why Intel is just kind of saying, well, that was all about 10 pounds of air, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's probably what they're thinking.
Well, when people have shit like this, of course they're going to go with Ryzen. They see that there's a lot of people having a lot of heating issues. Ryzen, they're a hot processor as well, but there's no actual thermal issues.
Right.
Why the hell would they not just jump ship and go over with that? I mean, hell, if it was me, if I was having those issues, I would have already sent the son of a bitch back and got my money back and went with Ryzen.
Yep.
Just because, I if I pay that much for a computer, I expect it basically to do everything for me.
Well, if I was going to do that, I should have done it last month.
I know, but
Because you only have 30 days.
yeah.
But that ship sailed, so no point in worrying about it. It is what it is.
Well, dude, it still runs pretty well. I mean, yeah, it has some heat issues, but
But I will say this, the games run beautiful.
yeah.
They really do.
Even
Of course,
me,
part
I've been
of
jealous a
it's the
little bit, too.
1070.
Yeah, well, your 1070 is still a beast. Compared to the 480, it's nothing compared to that. I mean, really, it's a fucking beast, man.
And even though they're both 4 gig cards, the main advantage that the NVIDIA has is just higher clock speed.
No, they're not both 4 gig cards. They're both
Both
8
gig cards, sorry. My bad.
I got you.
It's not 4, it's actually 8. Yeah, there we go.
It's not 4, it's 8.
It's an 8 thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry if we offended anyone.
So
We're
what
not
else? What else is going on out there these days?
I mean, heck, have you been playing any new games? Like anything that you really...
Watch Dogs 2.
Watch Dogs 2, huh?
Watch
I should
Dogs-
have guessed that with you.
Watch Dogs 2 looks incredible. And maybe... I've heard people are jumping ship from the game, and I don't know why. But... I have to do some more reading on it. See, I'm still a fan of the first one. I don't know why people think Aiden Pierce is a blank slate, boring character. I liked it, but that's just me. I guess I'm just kind of weird like that.
The main thing that kind of bothers me with it, more than anything, it seemed like it was more like the controls. The controls are a little bit wonky. Compared to like Grand Theft Auto 5. It's just the controls are a little bit different. So it's
Grand Theft
trying
Auto
to get
5.
into it. I mean, really, it took me a while to even like figure a lot of it out. And I mean, I play a lot of Grand Theft Auto, and I tried Watch Dogs, and it's so different. It's trying to figure it out.
Grand Theft
really
Auto
what
5
bothers
is
me.
definitely one of those games that if all you remember is just the stigma from the previous games, you'll probably never try it. But if you decide to sit down and actually try it, especially now that it's so cheap, you may find it's a whole lot of fun.
It is. I mean, really, you got three main characters. One's a psychopath. The other one is like an old mobster, and the other one is just a
He's a dude from the hood.
gangster. I mean, that's the only way you really can put it. I mean, I wasn't going to say a gangster from the hood, but I was going to say just a gangster. But I mean, you have all
the old
three.
Grove Street gang, you know.
I mean, you have all three of these characters. They're all so different, and it gives different play styles more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my favorite still is, of course, probably the same as yours.
Trevor.
Yeah. I mean,
Yes.
Trevor is amazing. He's just so much fun to play as, especially when you jump from like Michael or Franklin over to him, and he's waking up in the middle of the desert with no clothes on, and he's like, "How the hell did I get here?" Just kind of throws down a bottle and then walks away. Somebody's dead there as well. I mean, it's funny.
And from what I read, and I haven't actually found the location on the map yet, but there's actually a place on the map where you actually find the RV from Breaking Bad.
Really?
Yeah. It's like, okay.
Take Trevor there and go see.
I should. What else is happening?
Well, I mean, still no one in the chat, but
I guess I left it too late.
Well, we got 3 people watching, so I think we got
somebody's watching.
Somebody's watching, so hello. If you see us, hello. I guess.
Hello. Say hi. We actually have the chat on our phone over here, so we can actually.
I have it on the phone over here. So.
We can actually see if somebody actually types in a question. If you have a question or a comment or anything you want to know about one of the videos that's been going on, either on my channel or on Crash's channel, definitely by all means put it in there because we'll answer your questions. That's what we do.
You can definitely talk with us. I mean, you can ask me anything. I really don't give a shit. So
it's kind of like an AMA type thing.
Oh yeah.
And if you notice, the surroundings are kind of old school because we've got the wall of nostalgia back here.
Hey, that's awesome right there.
This is good stuff. Yeah. Got a lot of good memories. A lot of good movies back there. Some good anime.
Hey there, Val Blood. I see you're high.
Hey, Val Blood! You managed to make it. Awesome.
Yeah, see? We got him. We got someone.
Hey, what's the Val Blood saying?
How are you two?
Hey, we're doing awesome.
Yeah, I'm still here. So
we just got done doing video card testing, so be watching for that. That's coming up probably later on this weekend.
Yeah, we got the RX 480 that I think you requested.
It was actually
who requested that?
I can tell you.
Okay.
Let me go in.
Well, besides the RX 480, we also have this too. I showed it earlier, but I'll show it again for you. The R9 280X. It's an old card that one of my buddies, he just swears by, so there you go.
It was Amp Predator.
Amp Predator, okay.
That asked if I could put the RX 480 into the Midnight Rig and test it out. So Amp Predator, yes, we did. We did do that.
Yes. I brought it on over and I told you to go for it, so.
We put this card in. See? This is the XFX variant.
Yep.
And it's
the
upside
same
down.
one as what you had in there before, so.
This is the exact same one that was in my A10 build.
Yeah.
And it's now in his build. And it runs really good.
Well, at least the video, it should be coming out here soon.
And if you don't believe that, check out the video card battle between the RX 480 and the GTX 970 for the win.
Yep.
It actually runs really, really good. It ran better in his i7 870 machine than it did in my A10 6800K.
Yeah, my old machine. So,
which I'm coming to find out is a slow as heck processor.
oh yeah,
It has some limited uses. It's great for like.
Well, it definitely works for me.
Yeah. Well, the thing is the A10 processor.
Yeah. Well, sorry, not that one.
I end up passing down because my wife mainly loves playing classic game emulators, and she likes watching stuff streaming. So it's like, okay, there you go.
Well, I mean, if she likes it and if it works really well, then I'd say go for it. I mean,
Absolutely.
Hell, I'm sorry, I prefer the original consoles. I mean, over emulation, I prefer the original consoles because
original hardware with original controllers.
Yes, that's my thing. I mean, if I'm going to play a game, I want to play with the original controller and the original console. Have all the original bullshit with it.
So that's why I now have 2 Atari 2600 consoles.
Well, that's why. I mean, hell, it's just not.
We have a 4-switch and a 6-switch, and then the 6-switch is actually the Sears Telegames version of what they call the Heavy Sixer.
Yeah, I don't have an Atari 2600. I have the Atari 800X, the portable computer.
Yes, I remember playing stuff on the Atari 800.
Mm-hmm.
Fact,
It's quite a good little console. I mean, it's quite fun.
It is, and it does quite a bit. And I still remember my very first computer was an Aquarius. It was this keyboard made by Mattel Electronics. It had the membrane keys, the really soft rubber ones. and get this, it had a blazing fast. You know how much RAM this thing had? This thing had 2K.
Oh, 2K?
2K of RAM.
I guess I must
no
be
hard
old
drive.
School. Sorry, I'm not that old school. My first computer was actually a compact Bessario 5050. It had 96 megs of RAM.
Ooh.
And an Intel Pentium Celeron.
I remember the Celerons.
Yes, it was.
That was like back in the day.
And it had a ATI Radeon, or sorry, it wasn't a Radeon. It was a Rage Pro 4 meg 3D card that was built on.
Because ATI is what AMD later blossomed into.
Yeah,
which is kind of cool. My first computer that I actually had some productive use with was the Commodore VIC-20, which we called the Commodore VIC-20 because it was slow as all get out. But then again, hey, this is the 80s. What do you want?
Yeah.
and we finally got a storage solution for it. We were able to save stuff. We found a cassette drive.
Oh shit.
Hey, I see more comments going on.
Yeah. 2K RAM, living large right there.
Yes, absolutely.
Hell yeah, 2K RAM?
2K
oh my
RAM?
God, we're so fast.
The thing was garbage. It was absolute garbage. It was. I regretted my life decision after spending the $80 for that thing. It was horrible. The VIC-20 was far better, and it was only like $100, and you hooked up to your TV. That was your monitor. Mm-hmm. Now one of my buddies here in town, Handgun, he had a Commodore 64. And he was like the envy of our group because he not only had the Commodore 64, he had the disk drive.
Oh shit!
The Commodore 1541 floppy disk drive. I mean floppy, like 5 1/4 inch floppies.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, man.
And what's funny is that
I had some at home.
those were some of the first games I actually played back in the early 80s. Especially games like Oregon Trail. I mean, who doesn't remember Oregon Trail on the Apple II?
I do.
Of course, you can play it on just about anything nowadays, but that's where I first played it, was on the Apple II. And
first time I played Oregon Trail was actually in DOS.
DOS.
It was on an old computer at my school. That's where I played it.
And then my very first PC, my very first IBM type PC, it was a 286 DX25.
Oh shit!
With a 40 megabyte hard drive, and I want was it 256 megs of RAM? I think.
Well, my very first actual gaming PC that I built was a Pentium 4. It was a 2.4 gigahertz, non-hyper threaded.
Right.
It had a ATI Radeon 9000, 64 meg of VRAM, And that computer I had for almost 3 years. I played like Doom on it, or Doom 3 I played on it, Half-Life 2. Oh,
I remember
God,
Doom
I had so
1.
much fun.
Doom 1 on shareware.
Oh, my shirt? Yeah, it's Final Fantasy 7 that I have. It has a Cloud and then Red 13 over here at the side. So
I'm wearing my sarcastic t-shirt of the week. I'm not arguing. I'm explaining why I'm right.
Sorry, I love Final Fantasy 7. I just picked it up actually again for the PlayStation, so
I can't wait for the new version of that to come out.
I'm still kind of hit and miss because the original is still very partial to my heart. So.
I do remember playing it on PlayStation 1 back in the day, and it was amazing. And I ground through it, and
grinding.
I never finished it. I never finished it.
You're fucking kidding.
I made it to the final disc. I made it to the cave where you go down towards Sephiroth.
Mm-hmm.
Never finished it.
Why? You were almost done. You had like maybe 30 minutes left.
But I did watch a friend of mine play the end battle, and it was really epic because he got all the ones that duplicated the summons.
Like all the different materia?
Yeah. So all of his characters were doing Knights of the Round on Sephiroth. So you got to see his really long animation go for like 4 times, or was it 3 or 4 times in a row?
And that's like about 15-20 minutes right there.
and then Sephiroth does his attack, which is like another 5 minutes of animation just for the attack alone. It's like, wow, Squaresoft, you guys really love your graphics. But they did. And it's amazing.
Well, I agree with you, Vile Blood. Trust me, Final Fantasy VII is still one of my favorites. I have buddies that tell me like Final Fantasy 3 on the Super Nintendo was better, and basically I tell them, fuck you. Sorry.
But yeah, Final Fantasy VII was really, really good.
Yes, it was my very first actual big RPG that I played. Like one of my very first ones. Mm-hmm. And you know what? That game still holds memories to me even to this day.
The RPG that I spent the most time with in its day was actually older. It was on the Sega Genesis. It was Phantasy Star 2.
Oh, shit.
And Phantasy Star 2 was amazing. It had a heartbreak moment right towards, about the middle of the game. And I made it to the final boss and could not get past it. Because the final boss... when you're playing Phantasy Star 2...
Hey, hold on a second. It's like running a marathon, then just before you rip the finish line tap, you're like, nah, and go home.
It's like, screw it.
You're right there. You're about to hit the tape. Fucking, I'm going home.
So, yeah, I kind of regret that. But, maybe someday I'll play it again.
Well, dude, if you want to play it, you know me. I got it. Yeah. I'll lend it to you.
He's got it.
Yeah.
So, all good.
But now about Phantasy Star 2, you were saying?
So when you're playing Phantasy Star 2, the way the combat goes is that you go into an arena where you have your characters on the bottom, and then you have your enemies up on top. And sometimes they're small and sometimes they're big. Well, the final boss takes up the entire top of the screen.
Oh shit.
And you're just sitting there going, hamana. Okay, we're done.
Well, another good RPG, actually, since we're talking about RPGs, Vile Blood, if you want to get in this, and tell us your favorite, you can.
Yes, please do.
But I would definitely say, well, besides Final Fantasy VII, if you have any other favorites, but another one that I played the hell out of that I loved was actually Legend of Dragoon.
I'd heard of it, but never actually played it.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me, dude.
Now, I do have another RPG that I plan on starting as soon as I get my portable system back, because I still rock a Vita. So do I. I have Persona 4 Golden, which I've heard is a really, really good RPG.
I have it too, but I haven't actually started playing, so... But, it's just, with Personas, I haven't really gotten into them yet.
And then 5's just about out now.
It is out, actually. I've been told they're good. I mean, I've been told they're amazing games, but it's just, I just don't know. I mean, I'm still into my old school stuff, so...
And then people are getting into the whole... jump into a game and battle it out type thing, the MOBA type stuff.
Yeah.
The one game I did start to play, I haven't gotten very far into it, but I did start playing World of Warships.
World of Warships, why?
Because
it's like playing Family Guy on your phone.
because it looks good. It gets you some of these really cool ships, and I regret not getting into it when they were running the special back in December, because I'm a big fan of the anime Arpeggio Blue Steel, which was about ships that were run by sentient beings.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually had a special in December to where you could get the ships from Arpeggio Blue Steel.
Oh, shit.
And they were all commanded by these anime girl captains. So you got to hear all the Japanese dialogue, which is kind of cool.
Well, nah. Vile Blood saying the same thing. Legendary Dragoon was so good, and I love the Persona series. I just got Persona 5, and I'm in love.
Good.
Oh.
Well, that's a rousing recommendation if I ever heard one.
Yeah, I would say so too.
Yeah.
I might have to pick it up. I got so many games I gotta play. It's just it's hard for me to even get into it.
I have a whole wall of console games that I have yet to finish, let alone start.
I have probably over 150 games on my PC I've not actually sit down and beat yet. So I got a bunch that I gotta go, and I still want to. I still
gotta start playing Witcher 3.
Well, I gotta pick up Resident Evil 7, man.
Yep.
I haven't even picked that up yet, and I want to play the hell out of that. That looks so spooky.
And
I love the Resident Evils.
I need to get more into Fallout 4. Because I got all the DLC for it, so I just need to sit down and play it.
Well, and you also got my PC copies, so yeah.
Yep. I just downloaded it on PC, so it's going to be interesting to see how well that runs on there. I have it on PS4, and I made my male lead character look like Trevor from GTA 5. Now I could just make him sound like him. That would be awesome.
Be awesome to add a mod. That's what I would think would be really cool, but yeah. But I mean, besides like other RPGs, like besides the one you said, I mean, like what others can you think of? I mean,
I did play Final Fantasy X on the PS2.
Yeah,
and that one wasn't bad, except the only problem I have with Final Fantasy X, and people are gonna hate me for it, I cannot stand Blitzball.
The only problem with me was I couldn't get into Final Fantasy X because it was just so different. I mean, really, with the game, I mean, you're getting into it, and it's the very first game that actually has voice acting.
Mm-hmm.
All the ones previous had no voice acting, and it was just different. And yeah, I mean, I was so used to just text dialogue. I mean, hell, even Legend of Zelda, they kept the text dialogue. This is the very first one they've actually done. Breath of the Wild is the very first one that has some voice acting, but your character's still silent.
Legend of Zelda, as far as all the games in the series, for me, it was always down to like the first one and the third one. The second one may have well not existed because it was a piece of garbage.
I didn't mind for the second one. The second one, it was unique, man. It's just like somebody saying, well, I like Castlevania 1 and Castlevania 3, but I don't care for Castlevania 2. Castlevania 2 was different as well.
Yeah, and true. You have a good point. To me, Zelda 2 just wasn't my style. I kind of lost faith in the Zelda franchise, and then Link to the Past came out, and it was like, oh.
And Vile Blood agrees with you. Oh, and I'm with you, Midnight. I hated Blitzball. I think most people hated Blitzball anyway.
It's a sports thing. It's like you stick a sports game in the middle of an RPG, and it's like, okay, click, time for dinner. But
I mean, like,
you get me in a nice big open world game that has lots of really cool stuff to do. I'm in love all over the place.
Play Castlevania Lords of Shadows 2. It's more open world than the first.
I do need to get that one. Of course, I need to finish the first one too.
You don't have to buy them. I have them on my Steam library.
Yay for shared accounts.
Well, not exactly shared, but more like family sharing. So
yeah. One open world game that to this day is still in my top 5 is Infamous.
Oh, we're talking about open worlds, huh?
The first Infamous game was amazing. It had a great story. It had wonderful voice actors. It had great dialogue. And then 2 came out. And the biggest glaring problem I had with 2 is Cole. They made him look younger. They made him sound younger because they got somebody that could actually do the motion capture. It's like, you know what? If I had if I could go back and have a choice between motion capture with a younger guy that sounds like he's got a cold, or have Jason Cottle do Cole McGrath as the voice who is of the man who's gone through hell,
Yeah.
I'd go give it back to Jason and say, hey, come back and do it again.
Yeah, I would too.
Because Jason did it a lot better. Not saying that Eric Lawton did a bad job. It's just he didn't. They made him look. I don't know what they're thinking. They made him look younger and they made him sound younger. And it's like it was supposed to take place after the first one.
I don't know. Like open world games, I mean, it's really hard to say which one is my favorite. But I'd have to say if we're thinking like a little bit old school like that, especially with Infamous, Shadow of the Colossus. That is one of my favorite open world games.
Shadow of the Colossus is amazing.
Besides, of course, the Grand Theft Auto series.
Oh, of
I
course.
mean, that's just.
But Shadow of the Colossus is one of those games. It's like, okay, you play a game and you fight a bunch of enemies and you get to a boss battle. Great. This game's all boss battles.
Exactly. It's nothing but boss battles, and really, it's epic boss battles. You're climbing huge, fucking
monolithic creatures, and most of them are just peaceful. And they're like, why is this person on this horse picking on me?
Exactly. And
So-
that's mainly what we see, but oh well.
But and going back to Infamous, when they released the new one for the PS4, I was stoked. I was excited. They were reinvigorating the series. They brought in a new protagonist. It's like, well, okay, we'll give it a chance.
Yeah.
And for the most part, it's fine. I think they went a little overboard with the diversity of the different powers in the game, because you don't get the last one until almost the end of the freaking game.
Yeah.
It's like, how you... What?
You don't even get to really enjoy it or
How
play
useful
with it.
is that? That's not useful.
Well, that's just. I'm sorry, but Infamous, it's
It
a
was
good
a
series. Don't
throwaway.
get me wrong, but it's not exactly my cup of tea.
It-
I'm not that big into it.
It was a throwaway power that they just put in just because reasons.
Yeah.
Because they wanted to have 4. I don't know. They could have gone by with
course.
just 3 and been fine, but
Well, they wanted to put in whatever the hell they could, but I mean, hell, even with like games.
the first one, he had 1 power, and how it grew, depending on whether he was good or bad, that formula worked. Why mess with it?
Well, I mean, they're going to mess with it because
Yes.
they want to add
'Cause they-
stuff to it. They want to keep it interesting.
They
keep
want to make it
original.
relevant. They want to make it. They want to keep making money on it. It's like, okay, I get it. But will we see another one? Hard to say.
Yeah. But no, it's just. I mean, with a lot of these games anymore, it's hard to say exactly what's there. I mean, or what exactly we're getting anymore. Because even anymore. I mean, I haven't really been excited for any new games.
Speaking of really good games,
What?
one of my favorites to this day. I love this one.
There we go.
Lunar, the Silver Star, complete.
Man, showing off your fucking games. I don't have any of my games here.
And this is fully complete in the box. Haha.
That's the best way to do it as well.
Still in good shape. Still all the stuff. I kept it all together. I wish I would have picked up the second one when it first came out, because now it's just like stupidly expensive.
Stay away from the donuts. Don't go
Donuts?
near them.
Donuts? Where's donuts?
Yeah, Vile Blood said, I got donuts downstairs and I can't stay away. Help me. Stay away from the donuts. Think of anything else. Away
Yes.
from the donuts.
Of course, you can always bring us some. Hey, that's always a good thing.
Oh.
Of course, you probably live too far away. That's okay.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't exactly think we want donuts mailed to us because
No,
that might be a
they'd
little
be
bit bad by then. But oh well.
as far as good food goes, man, tell you what, one thing I would love to get, and they don't have it here, and the only place you can get it is either in Southern California or Las Vegas, and that's Tommy's original chili burgers.
Oh shit. Yeah, you've told me about those before. And
They are the stuff of legend. I kid you not.
I think
My
if
wife
I'm
got
going
me
to-
introduced to him, and I says, "What's so special about a chili burger?" I found out really quick what was special about a chili burger.
Oh, it looks like Vile Blood wants your lunar box as well. And
It's mine. It's all mine. You
I
can't
always
have it.
wanted that lunar box. Yeah, well, you and me both. I've always wanted it myself because I have it on Sega CD, and it's a pretty good game, but I want it on
I have
PlayStation
the Sega
2.
CD version.
Well, mine's a
long
burnt
box.
copy, so come on.
I had the long box. And what's funny is that when you play Lunar the Silver Star, it's really good because the first time I played through it, it was a bit of a challenge because I wasn't playing it, grinding style. The second time I played it, I ground the crap out of it. I maxed out my characters.
It's not grounding. It's grinding.
Okay, I grinded it out all my characters. Mm-hmm. All your supporting characters can get to level 65. That's where they cap out. That's where they max out. Alex can go all the way to level 99. So I went and I did a grind run. Mm-hmm. I got the dragon sword, the dragon helmet, the dragon shield, the dragon armor. Got myself to level 99. Got to the final battle because once you hit level 95, you get a 4th attack because you already had 3.
Yeah.
So you get to the final big boss battle of the whole game, and Alex goes in, blam, 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 blam. Boss does 1 attack. Alex goes in, blam, 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 blam. Done. Really?
Well, you're the one who's kind of crazy about those types of games, but me,
it was fun.
I don't know. The only one I've really grinded out was Final Fantasy VII and also Legend of Dragoon. Those two I really spent a lot of time in.
Mm-hmm.
I beat both of them too, but it took me forever. Oh my god! And even with Final Fantasy VII, I went out in order to get the Knights of the Round summon the legit way.
You have to do all the breeding, don't you?
Yeah, you have to do all the chocobo breeding.
Because
you have to get a gold chocobo. Once you get your gold chocobo, then you can go to this little island in the middle of nowhere. The only way you can get there is with a gold chocobo.
Yep.
And I actually did it. I got a gold chocobo, went and got that shit, and there you go. And I just, I couldn't help myself, man. I had to do it. And then I went and fought Sephiroth, and he was easy. It's actually pretty easy with
because
the
people
knights.
I don't think they were expecting a lot of people to actually go through all the trouble of breeding those silly things.
Hey there, J-Rod.
Oh, J-Rod's here, huh?
Yep.
How you doing, J-Rod? I don't think I've seen your name in the comments before. Welcome to the channel.
Yeah, welcome. I'm just hanging out with Midnight here, so.
Yeah, we just got done doing some graphics card testing, so that's going to be coming up as soon as I get it all edited together and put up.
And we're mainly just talking about games, if you haven't already guessed. But
yep, this is our random chat time, as you can see in the description right there.
Yep.
I'm actually learning how to customize OBS in order to put stuff in there. And I did gameplay last week with Watch Dogs. Saturday night didn't go so well, it didn't go so smoothly, but Sunday night was a little bit better. And now I'm doing live streaming in 1080p instead of 720.
Hope it's working anyway.
If it works good, let me know. Let us know. Because I'm trying to get him into live streaming too. Because it's easy.
Well, I'm trying to. Sooner or later we might have a Crash's Game Corner live stream. Maybe I might be playing a game or something. I mean, I got a bunch of games. The one I really like right now is Odalus Dark Call, which is really good.
We were going to do it tonight, but we just couldn't figure out how to make OBS behave properly.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was trying to make it small up in the corner, and that's not going to look good. So
once that gets all figured out and I can figure out all the tweaks and torques and stuff.
Game Shark codes, huh? That's you and me both, man. I used to do that myself.
Game Shark codes and the Game Genie. Game Genie back in the original NES days?
Well, J-Rod saying, remember going to my aunt's house to use her dial-up to get a Game Shark codes for PS1. So,
oh man, Game Shark codes. I remember the Game Sharks.
Yeah, well, Vile Blood, trust me, deal with me. I'm going to be making more content. It's just, unfortunately, I've had some personal things come up, and that's what's kind of slowed down my channel quite a bit. But at least a lot of that shit's getting taken care of, so more content will be coming.
I keep dragging his ass over here to the house all the time.
Yeah, that too. If I'm not at my corner, I'm over here at the house. So
yeah,
definitely watch out.
And if you guys I did a little funny bit in the last video that I did because I was talking about the first experiences of the live stream. So if you watch that, there's a funny bit at the end. I won't spoil it for you, but
Yeah.
it's funny. He liked it. It made him laugh.
It made my ass laugh hard. I was sitting there watching it. I was
That'd
just
be kind of
watching to
scary
see what all
watching
he
his butt
did.
laugh. That'd be kind of scary.
Very funny. Fuck you.
Oh, I could tell it's late. Wow, it's like
Skynet and Future Shock. I'm definitely going to look
Future
into that.
Shock. You're talking about the book by Alvin Toffler, if I remember right. That was also a book that Ace Frehley of Kiss talked about, was Future Shock. I actually had the book for a while. I never really seriously read it though.
I'll keep an eye out for those two. See if I can find them. If I can, I might do some classic PC games like that. I mean, I have a bunch, so I actually have actual physical copies. So you never know. I might actually do a video showing off my collection because I got quite a bit. I mean, I have a little small corner that I game in, but then I have a closet that's full of shit. So I might do a video on that. You never know.
You should do a video tour of your closet. That looks amazing.
I have to clean it all up first, though. Oh, Bethesda? Oh yeah. Well,
Bethesda makes good games
easily. Yeah, I could. I think I have Arena and Daggerfall.
I've heard Daggerfall's a massive game.
It is. I also have Morrowind too, but
oh yeah, now they're coming out with Elder Scrolls Online Morrowind.
There were Terminator games, but FPS games came out right before Quake. Well,
I remember Terminator 2 Judgment Day, the arcade game that was like one of those targeting type games.
Well, Skynet and Future Shock, from what J-Rod's saying, is they're Terminator games. Sorry if I'm screwing up your name, by the way, but yeah. Well, if they're first-person shooters, yeah, I might be able to probably find them. They might be on games or GOG probably. If they're there, then I'll look for them. So
there's I've been looking at some classic games lately, probably from back in like the 80s and the 70s. And I was doing some checking. In fact, one of my old friends on Facebook told me about a game that he was trying to look up, and I found it for him. I'm finding all these examples of arcade games from back in the day that featured TIE fighters.
Featured TIE fighters?
Mm-hmm. Remember I was showing you some of those earlier.
Yeah, the arcade games is what they're showing.
Yeah, the arcade games. Because Star Wars came out in 77, and then between then and 1980, there were some games that came out that really looked like they borrowed from that influence, especially one called Starfire.
Yeah, that one. It looks just like, I mean, heck, the logo is Star Wars font. It's like, what? Yeah,
and I showed some of my friends that, and they're like, how did George Lucas not sue these guys?
Yeah, that's what I thought, too.
Who knows?
Actually, that's exactly what I said. I said, George Lucas is going to sue somebody.
Because I found Starfire, Space Encounters, Starhawk, and I think there's some others out there that also have ships that look a lot like TIE fighters. But then again, it's probably pretty common design, too. You got wings in a cockpit, so...
It's a pretty fairly common design, but it's still just so damn close.
Theme.
It's like, yeah.
And I love classic arcade games. I mean, there are so many that I'll sit there and I will find a way of emulating them, if at all possible, because let's put it this way, finding a lot of the obscure arcade games that I used to play, good luck in finding them in any kind of legit pre-release collection.
Well, and even like how J-Rod said, LOL, back when it was slightly easier to rip off IPs.
Yeah, you think?
Back in the day, yeah. With Disney, fuck no. They won't let that shit fly.
Man. Oh, and don't forget Nintendo. Yeah.
Yeah,
they're kind of like that, too.
Heck, we got a Zelda poster or something we can put in the background. See if they'll try to copyright this.
You have been claimed because of an image. Really?
Well, Valblood said, have we checked out Rogue One?
Yes. I saw it in the theater, and it was freaking amazing.
I feel ashamed. I'm a fucking huge Star Wars fan. I've not watched it yet. I have it at home on Blu-ray, but I have not watched it yet.
He went and got release day, so you got to give him some credit for that. I did go and see it in the theaters, and wow, holy cow, that was And I'm an old school Star Wars fan. I saw Star Wars when it first came out in 1977.
Yeah.
And that blew my hair back then.
I mean, heck, dude, you got the Laserdisc right over there.
Yes, I do.
I mean, heck, we showed that actually in our Laserdisc video.
Yes, we did.
As well, but, I mean, I still want that. I want that, so...
He has a Laserdisc player, so now I have to guard my collection.
No, not that much. I'll go out and buy it myself.
Because I actually have the original trilogy before the special edition. So this is the way it was before all the CGI revamp things got done with it.
Hold on a second, guys. Without knocking everything over, let's grab it. This is the one that he's talking about.
Yep.
There you go.
Now, if you're going to have Star Wars in digital, this is the way to have it. Because you have...
all of it.
all 3 movies.
Plus, you have a book in there, too.
Plus, you have a hardback book. Yes.
Yeah, even with me, that's the one I want, because that's the original. I mean, come on. The original, to me, is better than the re-releases. All that bullshit they did.
Yes. Love Star Wars.
Unfortunately, I didn't see Rogue One in theaters. I wanted to, but timing just wasn't right.
I saw every Star Wars and Star Trek movie first run.
I at least saw The Force Awakens in theaters.
Yeah. and what's funny is I think I like Rogue One better than Force Awakens.
Force Awakens, to me, I mean, it's a good movie, don't get me wrong.
It is.
It feels a lot like the first. It's just a rehashing of the first.
And the foreshadowing was a mile long.
It was, really.
It's like some of the stuff, it's like, okay, you saw this coming a mile away.
I still pissed me off that they killed Han Solo. That was the foreshadowing I saw a little bit, but it was like, no, please God, don't do that. Please don't.
And spoiler alert if you haven't seen it already, Kylo Ren, who's supposed to be this really evil, bad to the bone Sith guy who can stop blaster fire in midair. This 86-pound girl, freshly knowing what she thinks she's going to do with her life, takes him out? Really?
It says, hey, J-Rod has a thing. Hey guys, you remember Luke, I am your father, or no, I am your father in Empire? Actually, the one I remember is no, I am your father. That's the one I remember. Because he's like, no, you're not my father, or, Ben told me you killed him. Or Ben told me you killed him, or something like that. He's like, no, I am your father.
That's how I remember it too.
Yeah.
Because he told me you killed him. No, I am your father. It's like,
yeah.
So that's how I remember from in the beginning.
I think that's actually part of the original as well, too.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, but in Return of the Jedi, when they redid it, especially the DVD version,
yeah,
where he picks up the Emperor, they didn't have to add in the no, they really didn't. And
that wasn't in Empire, or sorry, that wasn't
Return
in
of the Jedi. It was in the DVD version.
I'm about to rewatch my DVD version.
And then
the part that I hated was the damn Christian Haydenson there at the end.
I was just getting to that. It's like, really, why'd you have to replace Sebastian Shaw with this uber creepy image of Hayden Christensen? I mean, come on, no, it doesn't even look like he's a good guy.
No, he still looks like he's evil as a son of a bitch. It's like, he's evil right there, and yet you're letting him be his original self.
Yeah. No. Just no. Don't do it. Well, they did it, so screw it.
Yeah, they did. And that's why when I bought my Return of the Jedi, I found the one that had the original theatrical version with it.
Mm-hmm.
So not only do I have the special edition, I also have the theatrical. So,
now, a friend of mine said that in the end of episode 1, where Obi-Wan looks down at Anakin, and instead of Anakin going, I hate you, he should have just looked at him, glared him in the eyes, and says, Anakin's dead. I'm Darth Vader now. That's how it should have gone.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't episode 1 that happened.
Yeah.
That was episode 3.
Episode 3. I'm sorry. Episode 3. And I like the fact that episode 3 brought things kind of full circle with episode 4 to kind of dovetail it together.
Well,
but by the time episode 3 came out, people just still hadn't got the bad taste of episode 1 out of their mouths yet.
Well, to me, out of all of them, episode 3 was the best. Truthfully. I mean, if you really think about it, it was. Because episode 1 had Jar Jar, which fucking killed it. Episode 2, just, to me, it didn't flow right.
Episode 2 wasn't
rushed.
bad.
I mean, episode 2 was really rushed.
But at least episode 3 didn't have the most bad person in there.
Don't you dare do that. I'm going to smack you. I fucking hate that guy. But yeah, I completely
get run over by a steamroller.
Hey, J-Rod put in a message saying Darth Vader was supposed to be huge. He was 6'5" bodybuilder, yet Anakin was this tiny, wimpy, skinny guy. I can't believe they made that change in Jedi. Sorry if I messed up your wording, but well, I completely agree with you. I still could not believe they changed that up. Either.
Cybernetics. It was all the metal exoskeleton. That's what made him bigger.
And I agree with you, Vile Blood. Episode 3 was the best out of all 3 of those.
Out of all 3 of those, definitely. There's just no question.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Episode 1, Episode 2 sucked. 3 was the best.
Now, how things will go with episode 8 is anyone's guess.
Yeah.
Will it be good? Will it suck? It's like, maybe?
Vile Blood said, "Oh my God, Midnight is Jar Jar. Quick, get him!" Trust me, I'm going to get him myself too. So don't feel bad.
I'm okay.
Ah, shit, my phone's about to die soon. So.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Well. Oh well. I got a charger at home, so I'm not too worried about it.
Did you get that on the mobile site or?
Firefox. I pulled up the real site. So.
Oh, the real site.
Yeah, you can go under your when you click on like the little dashes over there to the side when you go to YouTube, you can do the full site instead of the mobile.
Ah.
Watch. Let me show you. Hold on a second. Technical difficulties, but we'll be back here in just a second.
So...
Okay, like when you sign in, you can click the desktop right there, and that will bring you to the desktop site instead of the mobile site.
Okay.
It's loading. And then you just go in here and you'll have your chat as well.
Okay.
Okay. We're just swapping out phones. Sorry, my phone's about to die. I love my phone, but unfortunately it's just got a really bad, crappy battery life, so... But I mean, at least with episode 8, I'm hoping it's going to be a lot better than episode... at least episode 7. I'm hoping it's a lot better than that.
So where'd you go once you got in?
Go to the search right there, where we're at, right up here at the top. Let's search for... I was going to say search for your channel.
Oh, okay.
Let me see your phone.
Okay. Technical difficulties. Please stand by. Dude. I still think we need that please stand by with Doc Emmett Brown going.
Yeah, with him.
That would be awesome.
I still am going to make that into a thing, so. Okay, let's go right here. Your volume is down, right?
Should be.
Let me check. Media. That's what I want to turn down.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see. Let's go back one, and there we go. Friday night randomness.
Oh, okay.
So there we go, and let's go over here to the side.
Well, we'll get back. Really.
Well, we'll be back here in just a second.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Yeah, it's unfortunately. There we go. We got live chat back. Okay, there we go. All right, so.
Oh yes, episode 8 will be glorious.
Hell
One
yeah,
can hope it will be.
I'm hoping it will too. All right.
Okay.
So.
Well, your vision's a little bit better.
All right. Well, your battery's almost dead too, so that's great. But
oh, just plug it in.
Charger, right?
Yep.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so where were we at?
Okay. We're talking about Star Wars.
Okay, well,
In the same vein of Star Wars, of course, you got Star Trek.
Oh, we got Nathan in the party now.
Hey, Nathan. Hey, glad to see you came back. I saw that you commented last week on the Sunday night chat. Thank you so much for that.
Sorry, we kind of did this at the last moment, so it's kind of my idea. So
this is just kind of random chat after we got done doing some video card benchmarking and testing because we had a viewer the other week who wanted to find out how the RX 480 performed inside of the build that I just did last month, and we'll post up the results here probably later on this weekend, and I think it'll be kind of surprising.
Yeah, I'm hoping that y'all are enjoying the stream tonight. It's just kind of completely 100% random. We have
hence the title.
No damn topics at all. So
now we're talking about Star Trek and Star Wars.
Yeah, I prefer Star Wars over Star Trek, except for Star Trek 2.
Star Trek 2: The Wrath of Khan, the slugfest. I loved it.
Oh yeah,
especially because of the fact that they brought Ricardo Montalban back, who played the original character in the original series.
Okay, got you, Nate. Sorry. Well, he says his name. He prefers Nate.
Oh, okay, Nate. We'll call you that. That works.
That's fine. I'll call you Nate.
A lot of people today don't like Star Trek the Motion Picture, the very first one from '79, because they think it's too boring. And I keep telling them, well, I like it for a very simple reason. I remember the original series. I didn't watch it first run because I'm not that old, but I did watch it in reruns. So when I found out that they were doing a motion picture in '79, of course we wanted to see it. Everybody wanted to go see it. And the reason why they did it the way they did is because they wanted to build up the atmosphere. They wanted to draw you in to the whole immersive experience of what was going on. That's why this flying through V'ger took about a half an hour to do.
I agree with you guys. Team RX 480, fuck yeah. But yeah, with Star Trek, I mean, the movie, it's amazing. I mean, it's definitely slow, but it does have a lot of build-up, and that's what makes it good. But
now, if you can get the director's cut of the first one, it's really good. They did a lot of nice cleanup with it.
You have that on Laserdisc?
I don't. I should. I really should.
Yeah, you should. I mean, really, you should. Knowing you should have it, but oh well.
I do have some good stuff on Laserdisc. I've got the 3-hour version of Dune.
Yeah, I have your DVD copy still. I still haven't watched it.
That's where that ended up at.
Yeah, I have that one. The hell?
We have strange neighbors in our alley.
Does the driver blow?
Horn blows. What about the driver? Oh, stop! Did I say that?
Sorry, guys. The neighborhood he lives in, there's a lot of people that fuck around in the middle of the night. I mean, it's 2:39 here, so it might be a different time in your area, but yeah, they just keep on blowing their horn. So,
like, whatever.
But no.
So,
well,
the new.
God damn.
Yeah. So, I did like the J.J. Abrams Star Trek movies.
Those were actually
I thought they did really good. They did, of course, a lot of it CGI, but it wasn't overblown CGI like Episode 1 of Star Wars.
Is this where the horror aspect begins? I don't know.
Oh, speaking of horror movies, I did pick up some classic horror. I think really classic. I picked up a 3-pack of the creature.
Somebody's going to break into the window and creep up on y'all.
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
That'd
I
be my luck
like
after
to try.
But I did pick up a Creature from the Black Lagoon last week. In fact, all 3 of those movies, so I'm going to watch those. And then I'm going to go back and watch some of the other original horror movie stuff, like Dracula and the Frankenstein and all that other stuff.
Oh, shit.
The stuff I never actually sat down and watched all the way through.
I'm about to say the only actual, well, you could classify as horror. I don't really know if it is. Interview with the Vampire. I just watched again.
Interview with the Vampire was an amazing movie.
Oh hell yeah, that's a great movie. I just watched it. It was on one of the movie channels, and I kicked back and watched it.
It falls in number 2, right behind my other favorite one, which is Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Oh, that's a good one, man.
That one is freaking amazing.
Oh yeah.
Say what you want about Keanu Reeves. It's like,
Hey,
whether you think it's good or bad. Now,
Watch John Wick. He's good.
Good Keanu Reeves movie, John Wick. Both chapters, no question.
Yeah.
The second one was kind of like a WTF type of ending, but both movies are great. I also watched him, Much Ado About Nothing. It was like a Shakespeare movie.
Yeah.
Played the perfect butthead. He seriously did.
Who, Keanu Reeves?
Mm-hmm. Johnny Mnemonic I thought was great.
I'm about to say, if I really want to see Keanu Reeves being a butthead, I'll just watch Bill and Ted's, both of the movies. The Excellent Adventure
really
and Bogus Journey. They both are great. But they are just, oh man, they're amazing.
Speaking of amazing movies, there's always the seminal 80s movies that I've always loved, always enjoyed, always got into, which were, stop me if you've heard these before, The Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Fast Times at Ridgemont High was definitely one of my favorites. If you have not seen Fast Times at Ridgemont High, where have you been living all your life? You really need to watch this movie because it has the ultimate fast food worker comeback you will ever see in a movie.
Listen, mister, if you don't shut up, I'm going to kick 100% of your ass.
It's like, did he just say that? Really? Go you!
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, when I saw that, I was like, wow, I want to say that in my job, but I can't do that. Yeah.
But Fast Times at Ridgemont High was also really cool because it reminds me of the way things used to be, because the mall scenes in there, that's the way the malls used to be.
Well, J-Rod's saying we should check out John Wick Hotline Miami on YouTube.
John Wick Hotline Miami.
I might have to check that out.
That sounds like
I'll
a really delicious train wreck.
Oh yeah,
that sounds like such a train wreck that just wants to happen and really needs to happen.
Oh hell yeah!
Because I've heard a lot of good things about Hotline Miami because it's just one of those fun like movies or games. But put John Wick in there, oh heck yeah, I'm down with that.
Currently stopping you all. Those movies are great. Hell yeah, they are. Breakfast Club I wasn't really big into, but Fast Times at Ridgemont High, fuck yeah.
Oh, dude.
Had
the late great Ray Walston in it, playing Mr. Hand. Sean Penn as Jeff Spicoli. I mean, come on.
What are all you on dope? He still thinks that everyone's on dope.
Oh, that's right. It is our time. Yours, mine, and everyone else's. Yeah. Ray Walston did such a good job. And if you love Ray Walston in movies, you've got to watch From the Hip. That's another great movie. Highly recommend it. Judd Nelson plays an attorney who's like, has got like one trial under his belt, and he becomes like this hotshot, Stormy Weathers type trial lawyer. Mm-hmm. Great movie. Absolutely freaking hilarious.
Well, another one that's a good trial lawyer movie, My Cousin Vinny.
I need to watch that one. That one,
I've heard.
I have not seen it yet.
Oh man, I got it on Blu-ray. I'll let you borrow it to where you can watch it.
Now, the ultimate trial movie, and I know a lot of you people are going to agree with this, A Few Good Men. Mm-hmm. Tom Cruise, Jack Nicholson, all those people that are in that movie, absolutely perfect acting.
Have you watched the new It trailer?
Yes. Scared the crap out of me.
I thought it was funny.
I watched.
I'm sorry, the first movie was hilarious to me.
Of course, Tim Curry made that movie. You're gonna hit me, but I haven't seen that movie either.
What the?
So
I'll hit him for you guys. Come on.
So
you need to kick back and watch it.
I'm gonna watch the Tim Curry It movie, and then I'm going to watch the new one.
I want to see the new one. The new one looks.
Looks like it's going to be really good. And I've watched a lot of Tim Curry movies. I watched Oscar, Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh yeah.
There's an old British movie that I watched called Blue Money. He was amazing in that one too.
Another good one that he was in as well, that Tim Curry was, McHale's Navy.
I didn't see that one. I saw he was in. He was in Hunt for Red October though. So I saw that. But yeah, Tim Curry's just gold in like everything that he does. Of course, how can you not love the accent? I mean, seriously. Oh, and Nate, the Three Musketeers.
Nate, he said, you guys just brought back a vivid memory about my first time I ever saw Fast Times at Ridgemont High. We snuck
Which
out
one?
at
Oh.
we snuck out of my friend's basement and threw a water balloon at a car. Unfortunately, it was midwinter and the balloon had frozen.
Oh,
we broke
no.
the car's window. We ran for our lives. Yeah, I would too.
Dude,
Sorry, but that's
dude.
amazing.
You go, man. You go.
yeah.
That's awesome. I could just picture the look on your face, like, oh crap, run!
It's supposed to explode and just make it to where it's frozen, but not this. Oh shit! Run!
It's like when people used to spray people's cars with water when they knew it was going to be cold outside. Yeah, good luck getting into that car the next day. I tell you what. Sorry, boss, I can't come into work. My car is an iceberg.
Yeah, we didn't sleep a wink that night.
I bet not.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't either, man. I would definitely be shitting my pants. I'm sorry. That's no. Break a window, it's run. Hope to God.
Yeah, that's one of those things that makes you change your underwear twice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes we learn from our mistakes. Sometimes we don't. But I digress.
Ah, well. Oh well. I mean, we all do things in our lives that make us regret it a little while later on. But no, I still remember one time I was driving my car. I had a Mazda, a 626, a little small car. I was driving with my father-in-law. We were driving out on a beach, and this is back when I lived off of the lake. That guy told me, "Oh, you can drive out there on the sand. You'll be fine." My car almost sunk. I had to get out and push that car in order to get it out.
Reminds me of this little 73 Maverick that me and three of my buddies got into. We were going out to the truck stop, and this truck stop had an interesting driveway because when you pulled in, you had the small lane for the regular vehicles, and then you had the really big turn lane for the big trucks. But here's the thing: is that at the end of this big turn, there was it had like a slope that went down, and then it went to a field.
Yeah.
Well, the girl that was driving, she thought, "Oh, no problem. We can go down the big ramp," and not realizing it was ice covered, and she goes around the corner. It was one of those Wile E. Coyote moments where if you were watching it, you saw the car go straight out 2 feet of snow. It was just like it was. It took us 2 hours to dig the car out.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, and I would say throwing a frozen balloon at someone's face. Yeah, that's a little bit better than throwing it at a car than someone's face.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'd be hurting, and I definitely wouldn't want that right now.
The karmic retribution would probably be a little much.
Oh yeah, it'd definitely be strange, but.
Oh, so how long have we been doing this? We've been on this for
almost
a while.
an hour and a half, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
we're about to have to cut it, man.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to wrap this one up. But hey, it was great that you guys came around.
Oh yeah. Definitely good to meet all you guys. You might not know me, but I'm Crash here. But
it was good to see you, Nathan. Good to see you, Elval Blood and J Rod. I'm glad you stopped in too, and it was great talking with you guys.
Oh yeah,
it was awesome. But
just say it's another night for us. But hopefully y'all have a good night, and hopefully we made it a little bit better for y'all.
Yep. And as I always say at the end of all my videos, be yourself, be random, be your little original, and learn something new every day because you should.
And at the end of all my videos, I always say, keep gaming in the corner, guys. Take care.
Take care, and we'll see you guys next time. Always keep checking out for new stuff on both our channels. Check out Crash's Gaming Corner. Yep. Of course, watch out for some of his new stuff. He's kind of bringing out some new content. And of course, always, keep an eye over here at House Randomness also, and who knows where we'll end up.
I might pop up over here more than I do there, but you never know.
Oh, and I do have some outdoor videos coming too. So that's some more stuff. And I showed him some of that footage, and
oh yeah, it looks really good.
It's going to look really good. It's going to be pretty cool.
Trust me, you're probably going to like it, but y'all just keep an eye out on his channel. You'll definitely see it. If I get a chance, I'm definitely going to be putting up some videos on my channel, so just keep an eye out. If you see something, make sure you're subscribed because you'll at least see it first.
So as always, if you like what you see, hit the like button down there somewhere.
Yep, it's down there. It's the like button.
The subscribe
button is right down here.
Is the huge red button. It's over there.
Yeah. Sorry, I never get that shit right. So sorry, guys.
It's in one of those corners. One of them has the thumbs up, and the other one is a big red thing.
Well, I'll try to get to streaming. You know, if I can stream to you guys, I will. At least I'll try to do the game I was trying to do here. But if I can, I'll do it on my channel and see if I can get it to you.
And in case you missed it the first time, it's going to be Odalus: The Last Call?
The Dark Call.
The Dark Call.
Yeah.
Very, very cool retro style game. So
if you haven't heard of it, just check it out on Steam. It's called Odalus: The Dark Call. You just look it up. It's actually not that expensive. It came out about 2 years ago, and it's all done in 8-bit style and looks really neat. But I like it. I've already beaten it on Veteran. That took about 8 hours to do, but it's definitely fun to play. Especially if you guys like a challenge and you like a game where you feel like you've actually done something good and you've actually accomplished something.
Which is always good.
Yeah, I don't see too many games anymore that really feel like that. So.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to get on out here. You guys all have a wonderful night. Get some sleep and have a wonderful day tomorrow. So catch you guys next time.
Oh, yeah. Y'all take it easy. See you later.